Glad to have you with us. Now, following the special session convened by the House of Representatives on the challenges facing the country on the issue of petrol, we had a chat with the minority leader of the House of Representatives on the petroleum industry bill that is still yet to be passed by the National Assembly.
If you remember vividly, the 7th Assembly concluded, mostly the House of Rep concluded its work on that particular bill, which is the PIB. And sincerely, in line with our House rule, whatever bill that comes in, there is no way we are going to allow that bill, the first bill, to die. But let me also state that the other bill that you probably said went through first reading, really I would not want to call that a PIB, because I find time within my busy schedule to read it, and it was more like a governing structure of NNPC that was just being discussed, and the only thing I saw that was a bit new there was the frontier funds. It was more like restructuring NNPC. I wouldn't want to call that a PIB, So if you ask my candid opinion, that is not a bill that probably will stand even in the House of Representatives.
Now, the sectorial debates continued this week with two ministers appearing before the lawmakers, the Minister of Solid Minerals and the Minister of Communication. Here is how the debate went.
This week, the House of Representatives continued with its sectoral debate, which is focusing on diversification of the Nigerian economy. The first minister to appear before the House on Tuesday is the Minister of Solid Minerals, who says Nigeria needs to spend more on exploration if it wants to unlock the potentials in the solid minerals sector.
In 2015, Right Honorable Speaker, Burkina Faso spent $150 million on exploration. Ghana, next door, spent $120 million on exploration. Nigeria in 2015 spent in total $300,000 on exploration. And Nigeria needs to know what it has and in what grades and quantities in order to plan more effectively. So I would plead with this Honorable House to pay particular attention to increasing allocations to exploration activities in order for us to become really serious players in the solid minerals sector.
He also encouraged the House of Representatives to consider the possibility of ensuring that states benefit from 13% derivative in the mining sector as in the oil and gas sector.
We also need to improve the engagement of states with the minerals and mining sector, particularly around financial participation, around revenue sharing, and recognizing the oversight of federal government. And we believe that one of the critical ways to get this done is to at least, for a start, ensure that states begin to benefit from 13% derivation in the mining sector, as has happened in the oil and gas sector. And we're talking to the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Allocation Commission to ensure that this is mainstreamed into the revenue sharing formula in the country.
The next day, the Minister of Communications appears before the House. The minister pointed out that the sector's allocation is less than 1% of the national budget and has identified poor funding as a major challenge preventing the rapid development of the information and communication sector.
This sector has the capacity to create millions of jobs and take many of the unemployed youths off the streets, support the building of enduring institutions for effective services delivered by government, bring about transparency and ensure effective government-citizen collaboration, among others. Yet, it does not have an allocation of up to 1% of the national budget. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, inadequate or poor funding of projects and programs of the ministry is also another major challenge militating against the rapid development of the ICT sector. I hope by the end of our address today, this Honorable House would be persuaded to always make a better funding for development of our sector.
The minister also sought the support of the National Assembly for some key legislation.
Quick passage of the proposed bill to declare ICT infrastructure as critical national infrastructure. 2. Quick passage of the reworked Nigerian Postal Commission bill, soon to be submitted to the National Assembly, and aimed at diversifying and boosting the services to be provided by NIPOS, such as NIPOS banking services, NIPOS insurance services, NIPOS internet services, NIPOS e-commerce services, NIPOS estate services, and NIPOS logistics and transport services, among others. 3. Introduction of necessary amendments to the ICRC and Public Procurement Acts to take cognizance of peculiarities of emerging technologies like ICT. 4. Review of relevant sections of Nat'l Act 2007 and NCC Act 2003 to properly align the operations of the agencies under the Ministry of Communications and provide for a converged regulator for the ICT industry. 5. Support for increased budgetary allocation to the sector